How are you doing?
Good, bud. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent.
Come on.
First, congrats on the movie.
Thank you.
Now let's jump into the real stuff.
Yeah, here we go.
Who ruined the most takes, Hobbs or Shaw?
Wow, that's a tough one because the best part is Dwayne had a specific goal in every one of their scenes, and that was to make Jason crack. So, there was always the lines that were scripted that were going to be hilarious, but then Dwayne had a specific goal every day of what can I say that is just going to mess Jason up. And Jason's tough, but once you get under there and you can really start pushing Jason's buttons, he'll start cracking every time. So for that reason at all, I'll say Jason cracked a little bit more, but that's because DJ was the mastermind behind it all.
Who is more likely to get it on the first take, Hobbs or Shaw?
So Jason's extremely prepared. So the great thing about Jason is he's looking at the lines, he's studying them, he comes in super dialed in. So I'm always going to lean toward Jason's that because DJ will come in and the wind shifts a little bit, the sun's in the sky a certain place, he's like, hey, you know what? I got a new idea. I'm going to put something on its feet. Hey, do you want to try this? No, let me put this on its feet first, brother. And then he'll drop something new and do a little improv. So I'll give this one to Jason.
Who has more hair, Hobbs or Shaw?
Shaw for sure. Shaw for sure.
Hobbs
is aerodynamically smooth, my friend.
Who is faster at learning their lines, Hobbs or Shaw?
I will say that Hobbs is the fastest in the industry of learning his lines. And I'll say simply because wrestling, as you know, gigantic monologues, 20 minutes before you got to go in front of 80,000 people, bring it to DJ, looks it over. Amazing to watch him gobble it all up, one take live in front of 90,000 people. So I will put on the line, nobody in Hollywood will learn lines faster than Dwayne Johnson.
Who is faster at leaving their trailer, Hobbs or Shaw?
I'm going to say leaving the trailer faster, Jason is a little faster, but that's just because Hobbs is enormous. And the wind resistance naturally slows you down. It's hard to get the shoulders out the door.
Sure. Who wins in a fight, Hobbs and Shaw or Jason Bourne?
Look, they're all part of the Universal family, as we like to say, but Jason Bourne lost the minute you mentioned his name. It's not even a competition.
Who wins in a fight between Hobbs and Shaw and Deadpool?
Well, see, that's tough because now you're bringing in a mutant healing factor, uncharacteristically superhuman abilities in Deadpool. So now, while I like to think that we've made Hobbs a bit superhuman in our movies, we always increase his abilities. It's going to be pretty hard to beat a guy that all he needs is a piece of flesh to regenerate his whole body. So
I accept that. Who wins in a fight, Hobbs and Shaw or Rocky with the Rocky theme music playing?
The only reason I will say Hobbs and Shaw will win for sure is because there's a level of subtext, because Hobbs is actually Rocky from birth.
Got it.
So it's where one guy is Rocky in character, the actual guy playing Hobbs is actually Rocky. So once you start to do the math, it's no competition, bud.
Got it. Who wins in a fight, Hobbs and Shaw or the Predator?
Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw, because it's the two. Look, Arnold took down the Predator by himself with some jungle stuff and a machete. Hobbs and Shaw, it's the two of them. Hobbs is as big, if not bigger, than Arnold at the time. And then we have a McLaren thrown in as well. I'll go Hobbs and Shaw.
Who wins, Hobbs and Shaw or John McClane?
Again, Hobbs and Shaw, buddy. It's no competition.
I'm going to find
Two versus one.
Okay. Hobbs and Shaw or John Wick?
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. But again, I will say if you don't have like a mutant X factor in your blood or something like that, it's going to be pretty hard to overcome Hobbs and Shaw.
Speaking of an X factor, who wins in a fight, Hobbs and Shaw or Chev Chelios from Crank?
Is he cranked up?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say that's going to come to a bloody, shockingly scary draw.
Okay, I got to draw.
Yeah.
Who wins in a fight, Hobbs and Shaw or Bruce Lee?
He's got that inch punch, right? He's got that mean, but he is human, and Hobbs is not, and Shaw is unbelievably angry. So the combination of that, once again, I'll give it to our boys.
Hobbs and Shaw or Ripley in Aliens?
Okay, on this one, she overcame a species just engineered for destruction, and we're gentlemen. So Ripley definitely takes a win.
I finally got my number one. Let's see if I can go to number two.
Yeah.
Who wins in a fight, Hobbs and Shaw or Sarah Connor in Terminator 2?
Again, we're gentlemen, and Sarah Connor has dealt with cyborgs, so just slightly, but she'll take the win because she'll probably beat Shaw, and then Hobbs will be carrying Shaw out of the scene, and then with his back turned, she will do something that will pretty much end the fight. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you for indulging me.
Of course.
Real quick on some other stuff.
Yeah,
it seems like Dwayne has like the next year or two figured out.
Sure.
What's actually coming up for you guys that you're super excited about?
Yeah, we're very fortunate. We have a great slate coming up, and so the first thing we have coming up after we do a little bit of press is Jumanji's coming out this December, and then in January we get into Red Notice, which is unbelievably exciting. We got Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot, bringing Ross and Thurber back. Big comedy action heist thriller that is globe-trotting. So we're really thrilled with that. We just set that up at Netflix. And then sometime later that year, the way it's looking is we have a little something called Black Adam that is coming up.
That's what I was going to ask you about.
Sure.
All of us have been waiting for this movie.
Yes, you and me, both, my friend.
Right, so is it for sure that it's going next year with the success of Shazam?
It is, well, definitely the success of Shazam was awesome to us, and it was important for us to launch that, get that out into the world, and just begin crafting this universe. You know, it's a big thing for us to start to create this universe, this DC section of the universe that we're working on with characters we have planned to bring into it, headlined by Shazam and Black Adam. But yeah, the idea is if everything falls in line right now, Jama Colette Sarah, he just closed his deal, which we're very excited about, and you know the plan is to be filming that end of next year.